Hello and welcome to the fourth edition of Verdi's lecture. I'm so sorry that I actually yesterday had no chance to record that one, so today I will do it. And what is Verdi's lecture? Verdi's lecture is I try to upload as many videos as possible in a high frequency. Me talking about some serious issues within games or game development, and especially on Rainbow Six Siege as an example, but I also leash out to other examples to just make a statement or whatever. So it's all about explaining certain processes which many players do not have insight to due to their young age and not have not having the chance actually to work in a big company like I did or I do within Bosch, for example. I know certain processes have to be held and whatever. There's a lot of things which I can give insight to. So this is Verdi's lecture, and today's episode is all about tier 1 to 3 organizations in Rainbow Six Siege. What is an organization that way? So what I mean with an organization is a company that has players contracted to play Rainbow Six for them. Tier 1 to 3 is more or less some sort of trending style to grade an organization. For example, you have a tier 1 org like Fnatic. You have a tier 2 org, well, let's call it tier 3 org like Orbit, for example. You have a tier 2 org like Mouse Sports, maybe. They are not tier 1-ish in a kind of way. They just don't have that much success. They only have Counter-Strike, which they recently are really good at after the departure of Nico. And now FaZe is having Nico, and they're playing also really good. So there's like, it's really hard to grade them. You can grade them maybe by how much money do they make in a month or whatever. So there's a lot of things, but this is just a simple gratification, and I don't want to go into that. I'm just as in a minor explanation. So what bigger orgs are there in Rainbow Six Siege? Okay, we have Flipside in NA, having a team in NA. We had Orbit GG, which is already also a very good organization, pretty big one. We have Euronics having a good organization. Euronics having a good LoL team. They're having a very good Counter-Strike Go team, very successful in Germany. I know the CEO, I studied with him, so they really are good and they're big. They have Nerdshio under contract, the StarCraft 2 player. They had the Muslims, so they're pretty good on their own. We have Team Vitality, who are actually having a LCS LoL team, so which is also a bigger org already. We have Team Supremacy, which is really good, and Elevate for being a very good Xbox organization. So there's a lot of things, and also of course PENTA Sports, who are one of the most prestigious German organizations next to Mouse Sports, Euronics, etc. What kind of tier 1 orgs are missing right now to make the game more successful? We have NiP, G2, Fnatic, we have Godsend, we have Tyloo, MVP, we have Team Liquid, CLG, TSM, and all those names, Luminosity, and there's so many other organizations that I could count on. SK Gaming, for example. There's so much what you can talk about right now that are missing in the game. And I already had a discussion with Panix about that. And the thing is, my personal opinion, and this is again my personal opinion, and I would love to see your opinions in the description below, so leave a comment. Why are they missing? They are missing because there's missing representation value. What I talk about representation value is that the game has not the reach and the target group they need in order to be successful on it. So if they invest money on it, they want to have revenue, and if they just reach out to, like, let's say 100k players, where they say, okay, well, this is just for one Pro League event final, we have 110k viewers, and they say, okay, but we have that for every match in Counter-Strike, for example. So they have to, this is just all an investment, and the point, like the return of investment point. There's like so many things you have to consider. How much do you invest, and will it work? Then the slot-based tournament. The slot-based league, the Pro League, is slot-based by the players. So let's say there is a NiP investing into players, and they're really investing a lot of money, and the players say, after like the first half of the series, and oh screw that, whatever, boom, they depart. 3 players go to a different org and nip. Everything they invested to is gone. Because yeah, even with contracts, there's like so hard to hold contracts in this kind of way. You can't even sue them. But for example, in German law, it's really hard to say, because in German law it says that a contract fine can only be as high as the player is earning per month. So if the player earns $50, he doesn't care, because he will just switch and pay the $50 because he doesn't care. So it's really hard to do that for the organizations to invest and then see the high shuffling effect of the players in this game right now, because the game is so young and the teams have to find themselves. So the teams are not yet developed, and the shuffling, which I just mentioned, there's only 2-3 teams, let's say, who are really developed in their lineup. One is Zizou, the Finnish team. They're having a very static, a very they didn't change much, and they're having a very continuous lineup. They just rotate one player sometimes, and that's it. Continuum, also an Era, is just starting to have a very, very fixed lineup, and I like this. But this is also what the big orcs would like, that they invest in, not into a lot of change, but they want to have one fixed lineup for a longer period of time. So this is what they are missing. And it's not like, okay, we just want you to represent us and everything's fine. No, they want more, because the thing is, if they see numbers on social media and whatever, they are calculating all the numbers, and then the player numbers. And then, for example, the Fnatic CEO, there was an interview with him, and Karn came to him and said, we need this LoL player. And the CEO said, okay, what is this LoL player? What are the positive aspects from him? What is he bringing us? And Karn said, well, he's a better AD carry than the other guy. And he said, no, what is he bringing us? What is his social media range? What is his revenue? How much will he bring to us based on dollars? And he is right, because if they buy a player, they want to know the chances of winning better. They want to know how much social media will they actually attract to their organization. Like if the guy has like 200k Twitter followers, that's a lot, and that's really good. So an organization like NIP, who has, I don't know how much, like a gazillion Twitter followers, and they invest into a player that has 20 followers on Twitter, because the players are just not caring about their representation value, about their brand on their own. That is not good in this kind of way, because people, they want to invest into grown-up professional players, and not seeing them twittering onto other, like bitching each other, whatever. Even Counter-Strike, it's a harsh thing, and we saw that, for example, with Freakazoid, who got fined by his organization. There's a lot of things where they are really reaching out, and those are many factors why they are not yet investing. But I think they're already watching the game, and this is again my personal opinion. So what has to change? So of course, the upper things, we have to fix the lineups. The teams have to be more continuous. They have to grow up. But there's also other things. We need more events, because more events will bring new target groups. The point of sales will be widened, and there will be more reach on social media. Because, for example, if you imagine every day there's a kind of tournament, there's a match here, a match there, and you have every day about 5k to 10k viewers on your stream, you have way more watched hours on your game than before if you have it only twice a week. So you have to develop it more. So this is why you need more tournaments. And this brings new representation stages for the bigger organizations to actually invest, because now they see, okay, we have the chance actually to get a Pro League slot, because we get those teams, we get this team, we buy them up from this organization, the organization will be happy about the money, and we get actually this reach for kind of low money. And this is good. This is what they have to think. So, but if we have this league system where the players actually own the slots, it's also really hard, because then they invest and the players are just going anywhere. And there's many examples of that already happened in the Pro League, and it's just not good, because the players are just keeping the slots. No, if you leave, you have to drop down. and then you play yourself up, or you join another pro league organization. The organization invests into the players and they go up. If the org drops out because the players are bad, the org can't just go up and buy another slot. If they have the money and the other org is selling it, yeah, true, why not? Like Dignitas does it, for example, on the LCS, or in other organizations doing it. They are just selling the slots a lot of times because they just get another team and go up again, and they're just making a million of money for it. So this is something where you really have to work on. I have no problem with player-based slots on major tournaments. So you have a big tournament, which is like 3 times a year or 2 times a year, a huge tournament where the players own the slots. Because if you have an organization-based slot in the pro league and other leagues which are like on a very big time frame, because you have different play days, the orgs bind the players to the contract, and that the org actually holds the slot in the league, or in league number X, like because you have 3 leagues, for example. Then you have a major tournament, and the contracts are holding because the players will hold on this major slots. Yes, because it's the player slots, but they don't want to lose the league slots. So it's kind of, how you want to say it, it's kind of a redundancy which fixes the issue, so I wouldn't have a problem with that. And I think it's a very good idea. So what also is missing is for the audience to make it more appealing. A better observer tool. It just needs to be better for the audience, for the viewers, for the viewing experience to be way better. The problem is that Ubisoft actually thinks, yeah, well, it's low priority. No, the thing is, this is how the people are. Well, this is the first reaction they see. They see an observer tool which is really hard to control, and no one knows. Everyone is mocking us casters, but hey, you do that yourself once in every Pro League final. I did it in 3 Pro League finals. No, 2. Sorry. I observed in 2 Pro League finals with Marcin, the Polish caster, and it was just us 2. We had to do 2 casters just to have a proper camera setup and call each other the goals, what might happen, whatever, because on the observer tool which you have right now, you can't see anything. You can't see bollocks. It's just bad. So they need to reinvent it, or just make it better. And the thing is, it's on low priority. I don't understand, because this is how you present your game. This is how the presentation works on all those tournaments, because you have like 100k people watching it, and there's probably like 1k who are thinking about making a league, but then they're like, oh, well, this game looks bad. Yeah, because the game is awesome. This is why I actually care about it. But it just looks bad because of the bad observer tool. So this has to be better, because with the more events, it will be more presentation stages for the bigger orgs to join the game. So it's everything is a circle. But also a replay system needs to be implemented, that actually teams can review matches and everything. It can be way more professional, because then a coach really can go into detail on watching every step of the player, and can go into more detail and just analyze everything out. So going from this list, we could actually say a bit about, or my personal prioritizing, like what shall I do, like A, B, C priority. Let's say a high priority is fixing the slots for the organizations instead of the players. Having the major slot, the 6 invitational slot, of course for the players, because the orgs hold the Pro League slots, and the orgs binding the teams are playing in the invitational. So what? It's just redundancy, as I said. The player swapping has to stop. So dear players, only because you lose 1 offline event, just don't drop out of the game or quit the game, because no, you already made it to the offline final. It's awesome. You did so well just going to the offline final. If you lose there, oh my god, go to the next one and win it. Just stick together and practice more. Consistency is the key. Is like I say, vision is key, but consistency, you have to be consistent. And this is what Zizou showed us. They are consistent. They always were on the offline final, but they lost in the first round. So what? They still stick together. It works. Yes, it works. Zizou is a living proof. Same as Continuum, same as Era. So yes, please do that. And having a better observation tool with more functions, with a better representation, with a better viewing experience, because those events are the best presentation of the esports ready, let's call esports ready situation of Rainbow Six Siege. This is it. those events are it. So yeah, you have to better have a better observation tool. And also for the players, just to keep in mind, if you swap around every time, how does a viewer actually keep track of you? You probably don't care, but it actually destroys the viewing experience, because every viewer has been, hey, didn't you play there? No, he swapped players with everyone. And you're like, what? Where did he go? And it's so hard, you know? And then only because 3 players leave to a different organization, you're like, hey, didn't they play in Organization X? No, they're there. And where's Organization X? Yeah, because they swapped the swap. You have to explain so much. So just keep that in mind. It's so hard for everyone. Even you make it hard for yourself, because you always have to adapt to a new team. So yeah, it's kind of really hard. So try to calm down and work on even your own faults or on your team's fault, and try to find a middle way. You know, be more accepting of criticism. Like I do, I criticize a lot. Really, but I also get criticized a lot, and I try to fix everything. This is why I already have a very good setup for my home studio, kind of way. So going to medium priority, the new presentation stages, like new formats of tournaments, new leagues, German only league, French only league, then a clash French German, or going like something like WCG back in the days, or have just a go MLG, DreamHack, whatever. Those stages are needed now for the game, but they're medium, because it's really hard to go for Ubisoft to go there, because right now Ubisoft would have to invest a lot of money to MLG, but we actually want some investor to make a league. So going to MLG and say we want Rainbow Six, because right now look at the game, it's a open market and the market needs to be harvested. So we have to bring this kind of mentality to this organizations like PGL, whatever. There's so many. And also we need the in-game drops to make it even more consistent for the players. So also for events that, you know, that you have drops on the stream. Like, I mean, on the Ubisoft Germany stream, we are just giving out keys en masse. We have so many keys which we give out, and people are just loving it. And they love the game, they love our cast. It's not like they are just joining because of the giveaways. No, this is why they actually like the stream, because we are authentic and we are doing all this. And we also, the in-game drops, you know, it's really helping a lot. It's really good. And yeah, just have the spectator just working better in this kind of way with drops and whatever. There needs to be a possibility. Like, for example, having one spectator joining, and then they join this spectator and watch this guy, maybe, as a server. But this is technical stuff which probably they should figure out, but they probably will. And then the low priority system is the replay system, the in-game promotion, like having Twitch streams, in-game available pitching. Hey, there is the Pro League Finals, the 6 Invitationals happening, the next tournament is coming, watch the trailer here, having everything in-game as like a single point of information, you know, like have just people are going in-game and see what's happening. Same like they do in Counter-Strike, like they do in LoL and Dota, whatever. You go into the launcher, you go into the game, and you see everything. You don't need to browse anywhere and search like weird homepages. And maybe, because I have to say the Ubisoft homepage, I just don't browse it because it's really hard to read and the news are mostly outdated. Then you have a blog where you have better something, and then you have this and that. There's so much weird stuff which just doesn't work. So again, we have both sides. Well, yeah, we have both sides. We have the player sides, we have the organization side, the Ubisoft side, to work together to make this appeal, to make the tier 1 to 3 orgs just to go into the game, because those orgs bring a lot of social media attraction, a lot of Twitch attraction, a lot of YouTube attraction to the players who are actually trying to build up their reputation. Some are not, some are doing more. To just have them grow, because they just directly are affected by the organization they join. For example, imagine you join an organization like G2. You're being boosted by so many followers just because you join, and then you're doing a good job. And the G2 fans who are just following G2 are also tuning into the Pro League stream. So, you know, it's like there's a back and forth, and it's so much that is really, really going to do. And it's just a big market to invest for them, and you have to make it appealing. So Ubisoft has to work a lot on it, and the players, because the players have to show consistency, and Ubisoft and the leagues have to talk about the slot situation. And it's not like I want to take away the slots by the players. No, it's just to make it more easy for everyone. And the players have to work for everything, and not just, I take the slot. The slot is with me. No, I don't like the org, and I just leave it and go to a different org. But because I take the slot, I have 2 other friends, and we are just leaving you. And that makes also the orgs be afraid, because they have to invest into you, and then you're just going because you can, and you leave, you take the spot with you, and they're like, okay, we invested money for nothing. And that is really a bad thing. So yeah, that was it today with the Verdi's lecture. I was talking about the tier 1 to 3 organizations in Rainbow Six Siege, and when will they can, what has to change. And again, right now the game is growing so good, just keep it up. My opinion here, which is stated, you don't have to agree with it, you can agree with it, just leave a comment if you like it, sub if you like it even more, give me a thumbs up on the video, or else have a great day, have a great night. Thank you for watching the video, see ya and bye bye.